Here we are again, part 2 of 20th of July 2024. The time is 11:21 a.m. Turns out I only had to click on the little window in the corner to get rid of that pop-up thingy that I couldn't get rid of before. So we're back in the room without having had to restart the computer, and if I'd known that, I wouldn't have cut short our first video, but it is what it is. And technology and I we're not friends, just saying right now. Anyway, we'll continue reading on. We're up to 20th of July 2021. Patient name, Tanya. Date of birth, 12th of April 1965. Swab collection date, 19th of July 2021. Result, COVID-19 virus, negative. Teleconsult your doctor for interpretation, advice, next steps, applicable in your particular circumstances. Foresight pathology. And I comment, so those bastard vets were wrong to deny me the right to be with Socks at his passing. Utterly disgraceful. So I had documented proof that I didn't have COVID at that time. But there was a lot of discrimination going on, and still is, by the way, a lot. As I said to Ness from Ramjet last night, last week and a half ago when I thought I was going to die on my last ragged fucking breath, I'm too scared to call the ambulance and present to the hospital. It would be so easy for them to eliminate me and just say, oops, her lungs shut down. After I saw what they did to my friend Elsa recently, 2nd of April she died, you can't trust them. It's frightening. It's very frightening. Very, very frightening indeed. But I guess you have to trust somebody sometime, don't you? God forbid I ever need to go to hospital though. Really, truly. It's very frightening for me. Given how easy it would be to shut down my respiratory system, which is touch and go at any given moment. Very frightening. Anyway, we mustn't think frightening thoughts. We must stay positive and strong and powerful and resilient and hold on to the love that we have, as I said earlier in video 1. Cherish each other and love each other and be there to heal each other, because we're going to need each other more and more in the coming years. More and more. It's going to be fucking epic, people of Earth. It's just frightening. But together, holding each other precious and being stubborn and determined and resilient and stoic and strong, we will get through this next few years. We will navigate our way through. Here I posted my little witchy poos that I was knitting for the children for Halloween. It was in 2021. I was really feeling this enormous grief that I've never had grandchildren, and I'm likely to never have grandchildren now. So I was just doing sweet little things for kids in the neighbourhood because it just made me feel like, and especially those dark times in the height of the COVID insanity, made me feel like I was being a grandmother, even though in real terms I'm not, and just giving love to the neighbourhood kids and just being kind, wanting them to have some kind of sweetness in amongst all that ghastly horror, which is only 3 years ago. So there you go. It's amazing. Anyway, the little kiddies across the road from me, they're they and their parents moved house, and they had another baby born, and they just didn't keep contact, which is a bit awful, you know. But anyway, people move away and drift off, and that's, you lose those threads of attachment, and it's just life. Just have to let the little threads fly out in the wind. But on the subject of threads and tapestries and holding each other, very, very precious. I was gifted some very, upsetting, worrying news last night about someone's health issues. I won't talk about it because it's confidential, and there's no need to discuss people's private medical issues. But I was gifted the sensation while we were dancing. Actually, while I was dancing, that I was of a very heavy kind of Portuguese or Sicilian type fishing net, all hand woven, and it might have been a fishing net, or it could have even been a massive big spider web where each corner of it was held taut and strong, and each end was held together, and it was like woven really meticulously. And Spirit was kind of saying to me, here you are in your wild dance, your shamanic dance, Tanya, that people find a bit, I guess, frightening at times. People being mainstream people who don't understand spirit and shamanism and wildness and freedom. But anyway, they said to me, you're holding up your end of the netting, and holding it very strong and powerfully and taut, and others will hold up their end of the net, and together we would just literally keep our ends up, holding each other literally in sacred space. Like a fire blanket the firemen hold out, when someone's about to jump out of a blazing building, and they have this kind of big blanket that you land on. Kind of like that, we're all supporting each other with our individual unique talents and gifts and abilities. And for the ones of us that are struck down by very frightening, life-threatening health issues, so we can help support each other, or those of us going through that at that point in time. And I wondered why I was being shown that, and then it was mentioned, and I was like, of course. So I have had so much immense healing gifted to me personally, and so much immense love and faith and trust put into me as a woman and a spirit in this planet. And I'm fully conscious that I'm more than capable of gifting that immense power and healing and courage and strength back to my beautiful friends in the music scene that, look to me as a kind of an anchor in a way, someone to hold the net up to catch you when you fall, because I've walked the walk, and I haven't had quite so serious. Well, actually, no, that's not true. I have actually. But anyway, I've walked the walk, and I understand about standing between the threshold of life and death, because I'm still doing it with my own lungs. So, yes, the images holding each other precious and cherishing each other, and when one of us falls, lifting them up, and when they're weakened through either emotional or physical illness, lifting them up and holding them up above the turgid waters and showing them together, we will get through this. All is well. You will be fine. I am determined. So, by the grace of all the gods, because it's got nothing to do with me personally, it's always, always and forever guided and protected by our gods, our angels, our, guides, our guardian angels, according to the gods of your understanding, by the way. Still in 2021, making beads out of small pieces of scrap jarrah, which I thought, I liked the patterning on the jarrah. Look at this lovely little tiny little dots, and then on the other side it's little tiny like squiggly lines, little dots. I was fascinated by that. I did make some earrings out of it too.